Hello everybody, welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report with thoughts from the patio today. We're out here sitting in an Adirondack chair and wondering how it became the 2nd of June already. It has been quite the month past with regard to what's happening around the world and in the news every day. We know now that we've been lied to. We've been cheated upon, and we've been taxed to the point where we just supported people around the world. And enough of all of that going on. Doge is at work. We have a government that is trying to rectify things and so on. But I want to just point out that the rest of the world is upside down right now. If you look at Europe, it's not the place it used to be. The United States is not the place it used to be, and the like. However, we still have a lot of hope, and we have a lot of prayers to render to God to help us save this nation and get back to what's real and what's important in and around our country and the world, that we don't end up in another world war, which is highly possible now that Germany has stuck its military into what's going on in the Ukraine, and now they're talking about lobbing missiles into Moscow itself, which is not a good situation for anyone to be in, especially us. We've had enough of wars, but when you think about the past and look back, and if you had learned in school when they were still teaching history and the like, you would know that the decline and fall of the Roman Empire came about with a lot of loose ideas and ideals that came out of nowhere, as far as promiscuous acts of unnormal situations, which we see every day, prompted and pushed by Hollywood, prompted and pushed by the media. And the lies continue out of the media, where they want you to understand what they think you're capable of handling. In other words, in the immortal words, you can't handle the truth, and that's what the media thinks of you and I. And shouldn't be the case at all. This country needs to get back to the basics that built this country. Get back to work. Do something with your hands. Get out and cut a tree now and then, or clean up an area that has turned to crap because of garbage being thrown there. People are making mass exodus from the cities today, especially the blue cities, where they're sick and tired of being worried about crime, number one, and number two, that they're worried about the lack of education for their children, the dirtiness of the cities. They're not a clean city any longer. And the drug use and the amount of homeless drug addicts that are in the streets today, causing you to worry. Worry is a disease, and it will cause other diseases to happen. We know now, due to Make America Healthy Again, that we've had problems with poisons in our food and the like, and that's trying to be cleaned up right now. But we do have an epidemic in this country, and it's not COVID, or it's not some virus made in a lab somewhere. It's drug abuse, and the need to put things in your body to make you feel better, or self-medication for pain and suffering that you may be going through, because all of a sudden now, because they cut Medicare, you're not going to be able to run into your emergency room clinics and standalone clinics to get what you need as far as a drug to make you feel better. What will make you feel better is to get out in nature and look at this beautiful green background here, and you'll understand that nature is healing in itself. So get out and take a walk. Do some work in the woods. Cut a lawn. And just inhale the beautiful smells that nature provides. These trees provide oxygen for you all day long, and utilize the carbon monoxides at night to clean the air. And this is why people in the city are a little bit less content than the people who live in the country. The farmers knew all along that being out and doing a day's work from sunup to sundown was satisfying to them. Where people in the city are bumping into each other, rushing for subways, rushing to get here, rushing to get there, and look at the amount of traffic that are on the roads today, and people cannot do the speed limit. They do not want to do the speed limit because they're in a rush to go nowhere. And this is the problem we have worldwide today. Overpopulation is one thing, and it's something that needs to be considered. However, there's a lot of country here, a lot of national parks that you can go to and enjoy a day out. Bring the family out. Get the family unit back together. Get a basket and put it at your front door, and when people come to your house, say, please deposit your phone or your iPads right there until our dinner is complete. At least that. Sit down together as a family and have a cookout or have a Sunday meal all together and speak to each other. Not have your face into a phone to where you're texting and typing and not paying attention to what your family has to say or what your family may be going through. Because this is not a good situation to be in. This is the situation we are in now, since Mom and Dad both went back to work to make ends meet. Prices are skyrocketing. A price of an automobile is not attainable to some any longer, and there's a reason for that. And it's not anything to do with the tariffs that the news media would like to make you believe is all of the problem here. And unless that we get rid of Donald Trump, it's not going to get any better. Well, listen, we had 8 years of Obama, and we've had 4 years of Biden-Harris, and if that doesn't tell you that it's not going to get any better under a different party, where you have parties that are comprised of a bunch of lawyers that are lazy and decide to go and spend the rest of their lives sitting in a seat in Congress, making decisions that they have no wherewithal to make because they don't understand math. And that's quite evident right now when you look at this bill that they're trying to put through, where the budget cuts are not being understood except by a handful of people, such as Rand Paul and people of that nature that understand math and take a look at it. These people that are sitting in Congress, and especially the foreigners that they've put into this squad nonsense, have really done more damage to our Congress than they need to have done. Who put them in there? We don't know, but it needs a look into. And that's for darn sure. And that will come around for us to fix. And that's you and I when it comes to the midterm elections and then elections again in 2028, which will take place in the end of 27. I can't wait for those primaries because the list of people that one side will put up and the other side will put up will be entertainment for us. And if you don't view it as entertainment, it'll make you sicker than you already are of listening to what the media wants you to understand or know about anyone running for anything in this country. It's almost a crying shame when you come right down to it. And it's a travesty is what it is. But I just needed to sit here today in the fresh air We had a rainy few days in the past, and things are greener than they ever have been here, and I just needed to be outside of the studio today. Kaiser's running around here somewhere, and I'm not sure where he went, but he's looking to go for his big walk in the woods today, so we'll get that to happen. I believe he'll be out with Mama before too long and on a hike. He's a happy dog, and I wish you all the best Monday ever. Here it is, the 2nd of June, and the older we get, the faster time goes. So that means that we need to utilize our time from this moment on to worry about what's really important to you, and that is family and friends. If you have a friend or someone from your childhood that you haven't talked to in a long time, give them a call today and say, God bless you. I miss you. I miss the times that we grew up in. Yes, it will be better. There's so much on the horizon with this new advent of supercomputers and AI that is being already misused. And we have to have people in power that will control what's going on so one person doesn't get a hold of the keys to this machine that they're going to call AI, that will run everything for your life, including taxi cabs coming to your house and spaceships to Mars. It's coming, and we have to accept the progress of man. However, we cannot misuse these important revelations that have come to us through Elon Musk and people of that nature that are brilliant people, have been maligned because of their trying to help a situation that we've gotten ourselves into through bad management, bad choices in politicians, and just bad choices of getting away from God and listening to Beelzebub, the devil, and going along with what mainstream media wanted to make normal for you and I. Because these Hollywood types and these actors that sit behind the news desk and read off a teleprompter to you are no smarter than the 6th grader that lives next door. And always remember that. They just know how to read better than most 6th graders do today, because we stopped the fundamentals of learning in this country. And this is why we went down the road of debauchery and lawlessness in this country, and drug use, which has to come to a stop. And if it means shutting down anything coming in from a foreign country that may be supplying these drugs, then do it. And don't worry about the economy, because the economy will be just fine when America goes back to work and starts to realize that we can make things bigger, better, and last longer than any of these foreign countries do with their cheap labor. And with that, I want to wish you all a very, very happy 2nd of June, this Monday. And remember, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned to the Kaiser Report for more information and a look-see around Appalachia. God bless you all. Bye-bye now.